from my side, like that's a lot more effort than it's worth, Hey everyone, it's time for episode 163. This one's gonna be a doozy. I'm kind of nervous about it before I record it. But before we get into everything, as always, please like, subscribe, help me out with a comment, let me know what you think of this episode. Um yeah, this one's gonna be for the guys. So if there's any lady listening to this, I'm don't be offended. Okay. Don't hate me. Don't think I'm an asshole. But yeah, this one's definitely for the guys. Gonna try and drop a little game, but whatever. Before I get preview anything, like, subscribe. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And ladies, I'm sorry. Hey everyone. Hey. Okay. We're doing this. Women, you might want to skip this episode if you don't want to try to me too my ass. But no, it's nothing bad or serious. But this episode is definitely for the fellas. I give some tips or advice about meeting women, my expert analysis breakdown, a whole bunch of shit. Well, not really, but I do break down some stuff based on my experience and my eye. Also, before we get into that, I give a list. There's a lot of links, some crazy festivals, because this would be festival season if we weren't in the current situation. So I handpicked a few festivals that I've seen or heard about that are quite interesting. And we start things off talking about some delicious Japanese delicacies, and whatnot. So a lot of stuff to get into in this episode, a lot of stuff to unpack, just like we've been doing recently. Lots of links for you to go through as well, supplemental information that I think the guys are gonna enjoy. So if you get anything, don't be stingy. Hit me with a like, hit me with a comment. Let me know what you think, good, bad, or indifferent. Yeah, enjoy. Oh man. Oh man, I'm kind of nervous about this one. Oh, welcome to episode 163. I mean, it's not that bad. It's not that bad, but we are in like an age and time, but whatever. I mean, yeah, it's not that bad. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. We're gonna have fun, right? Okay. Yeah, I say that now. But anyway, welcome to episode 163 of the podcast. Got something interesting for you. It is going to be a good episode, I believe. I'm gonna try to limit the time just because I'm starting kind of late. I got stuck watching a stupid movie. And actually, I have a ton of links. Just I was sorting through the week. I was just compiling them. Like after recording the previous episode, like my timeline was just like boom, 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 hit me with hits. And so yeah, I was just collecting like a bunch of stuff, compiled a bunch of stuff. If you look in the description, there's a bunch of links in there that I had to organize and sort through and then go back. The main topic I have for this episode, it took me a bit of time to like go back and write down some notes, and you can see I got a timeline worth of shit, and like I got a full fucking page worth of shit to write, to talk about, and of notes, a John Madden type football breakdown I'm about to give to y'all. Honestly, like after recording, I was like fucking around on my phone, and some of these links start popping up, and then I was like, maybe I should do this episode about this. So that's kind of what I'm gonna do. Before that, let me, which has been the trend recently, let me kind of try and get through some of these links really quickly, and so that I can get to the main event. Will, if you're listening to this, you heard the intro, so you know what this is about. Of course, I haven't recorded. It's like a fucking my Minority Report type shit, because you already know what I'm about to talk about before I've recorded the intro, which is kind of mind blowing when I think about it right now. So wait, whatever. All right. Anyway, what the main thing we're going to talk about is, or not main thing. First, if you check the links, there's a couple of interesting videos about expensive Japanese foods and why they're so expensive. You've heard me talk about melons before, I believe, in the what is that miniseries called? something Japan. Fuck, it slipped on my mind now. It was a good miniseries. Unearthing Japan. Something. God damn it. This something in Japan. Whatever. You know the mini. Long time listeners, you know this something. Deciphering Japan is what I'm thinking. Deciphering Japan. Talked about melons. Melons. Sorry. I'm such a fucking, what am I, a little kid? Jesus. Okay. All right. Anyway. Talked about melons and so one of the videos that popped up in my timeline goes into a bit more detail about why melons are so expensive. I didn't watch it personally, but you know, if you didn't watch Deciphering Japan or want a little bit more enlightenment on that subject, check that out. The second one is about Wagyu and why Wagyu is expensive. That seems a bit more appealing to me. Again, that just came up on both of them are done by Business Insider. I like how they do their little mini documentaries. So definitely check out those links in the description, of course. Yeah, and that one's about Wagyu and what makes Wagyu, you know, so expensive and so delicious. Fucking delicious. You know, you might think, oh, it's all fatty, whatever. Like, that's what I thought at first. I was like, Wagyu, ew, it's all fatty. Like, ew, fuck that shit. But, like, once you start eating Wagyu, yeah, you know, being in America, like when I was in America, you know, I was one of those people like, I need my steak, you know, fucking well done. Well, fuck that. There's a little piece of fucking pink in there. Cook my shit. You know, I was like that type of person. I think just because of food safety and things like that, just culturally, you know, that was more like the standard where I was at. But now here, generally, just to let you know, Japanese people, we can do a little steak talk. Japanese people generally you're going to get your steak medium rare. Is kind of the standard way Japanese people eat steak. Me personally, reading medium rare is okay. I like it medium well. Would be a little bit more preferable to me. But, you know, yeah, there is going to be a little bit of blood in there. You know, it's going to be pink on the inside. But especially with Wagyu, it's good. It's going to be thinly sliced. It's not going to be like a full steak, you know, generally speaking. Most of the audience is Western. It's not going to be, it's like going to be a little niblet, a little niblet of steak is what you're going to get. It's going to be sliced up, you know, and again, sliced up very paper thin. You know, if you're used to like huge fucking steaks, you're going to be like, what the fuck is this shit? But the way it's seasoned, you know, the quality of it is really, really good. So you don't really need to worry about food poisoning or anything like that. And you're going to actually be able to taste it. You're just going to have to get used to it. Like, you know, if you're a picky eater, you know, you're like, I can't eat any steak that's bleeding, then just pass on steak, you know, totally. Yeah, that's all I can tell you. Like, you know, because you'll be a fucking asshole if you start complaining about like the shit's not cooked the way you like it. To be honest with you, but if any steak is ordered in a restaurant, just understand that it's gonna come to you medium rare. That's just the way it is, right? All right. So, but definitely check out those links. And again, let me check the recording situation. I think I'm okay. I think I'm lined up. All right, cool. Next we have a lot of really interesting festivals. Let me just pull up this list really. I don't have enough space to talk about these lists. I'm not going to talk about these festivals so much. There's one of them I'm going to talk about just because it's fucking batshit crazy. But it's the Japanese, the Penis Festival, you know, which is, they talk about in the video, which is popular among foreign tourists, but most Japanese, in Kawasaki actually, is like right near Tokyo. I've never been to it. You know, it's not really my thing. But generally speaking, like, yeah, that's more, you know, with tourists. Again, it's just like phalluses everywhere, pretty much. But tourists are into it, you know, going, of course, you know, for the shock value, for the interest of it. Japanese people just don't really know about it. Most, like my students, I ask them, hey, you know, the Penis Festival? They're like, what are you talking about? You know, and I have to show them pictures. They're like, what the fuck? So don't think this is just like, you know, another crazy Japanese people doing crazy things type event. You know, this is just one of those obscure things that gets a lot of media attention outside Japan and becomes a lot bigger outside Japan than it is inside Japan. Next is... No, what else? Oh yeah, the one with the log riding festival that was before that. The log riding festival, it's just this crazy festival where Japanese people slide down a big ass hill on a big ass log. I don't really know the point of it. I don't really know, you know, I don't know shit about it. It's just like I've seen pictures and images of it. Um, and the reason why I started talking about this, or the reason why I started like compiling these clips is because it is festival season. Like, and typically I would, like around this time, I would be participating in the annual festival that I participated in before the situation that we're in happened. So, I was reminiscing about that a little bit. Some pictures were coming up on my social media timeline, and I was like, oh yeah, I remember that. No, yeah, I remember that. Oh yeah, that shit was a lot of fun. And oh, the fun, the craziness. And so I was like, yeah, let me share the love, and look up a few festivals that stuck out in my mind. So those are a few of them. But the main one that I was thinking about is, let me see, one, two, three. Yeah, is the last one is fucking crazy. Like, I saw this shit on the news. Like, I don't know the name of this festival. I don't know where it's held. I don't want to go there because it just looks fucking crazy. Like, I just saw it on ETQ, which is, I think it was ETQ or some travel show, domestic travel show, or something. And basically, it's a festival where, like, basically you'll see in the video, like, two teams of people come, they have their portable shrine, and there's a lot of yelling, a lot of, like, battle cries, and like cussing each other out in like Yakuza style Japanese. Fighting words are exchanged, and then, like, whatever, I don't know, the signal is given, and the two fucking portable shrines are rammed into each other. And like, then of course with like groups of supporters, like, on each side, and then everybody just starts beating the shit out of each other. Like, they start swinging, like, and I saw this on TV, and I was just like, whoa, what the fuck, what the fuck kind of festival is that? Like, I mean, like, throwing haymakers, like, it's just like a gang fight, like it looked like a prison riot, and they just going hard. And the video I watched, I'm guessing, just from what I've heard about what happens in festivals and things like that, like rowdy festivals like this, maybe, not everyone wants to fight. Of course, they have that, clash of portable shrines, and in those teams, there are some young hotheads who, just like to fight. And so, like, the local badasses or whatever from different, neighborhoods or whatever, it's like, fuck your side, and they just start swinging. And then there's like, different, you never know, they might be affiliated with some groups or whatever. I don't know, I can't judge from that, and you can't really judge. They could just be, some motherfuckers who just like, man, fuck you, basically, like, you ain't shit, I'm the tough guy, I'll fucking whoop your ass to whoever comes, whoever's not on his side, kind of thing. And then there's people trying to break it up. There's older people trying to fight. There's people trying to yell. Like, it's not like, I don't know the name of this festival. Like, I really don't. I might have to just try and ask some of my students, but I'm sure a lot of people won't know the name of it. But it just, you'll see. Just watch that shit, and you'll just be like, what the fuck, But that's festival season in Japan. Like, every small, not even every small town, every neighborhood, every area, all across the country, typically, normally, has a festival going, portable shrines, and there are different varieties of specialized festivals with their own traditions and things like that. It ranges from just carrying a regular portable shrine around to like some crazy ass shit, like riding a death log down a fucking hill, hoping that you don't get taken out. Hey, like, do your thing, I participated in one of the more tamer ones, which is still kind of terrifying, at times. Even, the times that I've done it, but it's still quite exhilarating. You've heard me talk about it before as the times I participated in. I think last time I did, I was pushed, persuaded, thrown into climbing on top of the portable shrine and actually starting the parade, which was, probably one of the highlights of my time here in Japan. scared the living shit out of me, but you know, because it's one of those peer pressure kind of things where Japanese people are like, okay, yeah, just go. Like, there's no like, you know, I will revisit it. You know, when a lot of crazy shit that you kind of get peer pressured into hanging with Japanese people. I'm just warning you, like normally, even from America, people will kind of give you a heads up, like, yo, we got this thing going on. We really want you to do it. So it's gonna be a little bit crazy, but you know, it's cool. So just do it. You cool? You gonna do it? You good? Yeah, yeah, okay, okay, cool. And then you just do some crazy shit with people. But you're kind of not blindsided by some shit, right? But here you get blindsided by shit left and right when you're rolling with Japanese people. Cause literally, if you didn't hear before, like, you know, I mean, this portable shrine is like pretty fucking high up. It's like, you know, and it's kind of rickety. It's not like stable. And I'm on like 2 planks that are about like this big, you know, and you know, there's like this little fucking bench thing, and they were like, okay, climb up on this. Like, it's like the size of it's like the height of a hurdle to climb up, and then another hurdle to climb on top of that, to climb on top of these 2 little fucking planks, and then like stand up and then like clap these fucking clappers, like, you know. And yeah, and I had to just hop up there, and it was just like, fuck, you know. On top of this ceremonial portable shrine behind me that hopefully I don't tip over or fall over and hurt myself. I don't know, like, so, but the way it was, like, I kind of figured in the, I was preparing myself because I've been in Japan long enough where I kind of knew they would probably spring some shit on me. So I was like half preparing myself mentally, because you know, they were like, hey, yeah, you know, it'll be great if Akil goes up and does it. Like, yeah, okay, maybe next year. That's how I started. Like, yeah, next year. So just watch what's going on, because next year you can do. And I don't know if Japanese people do this like as a prank on foreign people, just like, you know, in the behind your back, they're like giggling, like, watch me gonna get this motherfucker. But, but like, that's, you know, like when they were saying maybe next year, I'm like, okay, they're saying next year, but they keep talking about this next year shit. I have to prepare myself mentally for these motherfuckers to push me to get on top of this goddamn thing. So I'm like looking around, like I'm starting to get nervous, like, oh fuck, okay, this shit might actually go down. I went and told my parents, like, they said I'm gonna do it next year, but they might want me to do this shit now, so just get your cameras ready just in case, you know. And then they were like, okay, you're gonna do it this year. You're gonna do it right now. Like 5 minutes, get ready. And it's just like, you know, literally almost shit a brick, you know, because and so like I just gotta like climb, and then okay, go 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 go. And this is not like any like hold on to here, no tutorials, no like coaching, just like yeah, just go out there, like hurry up. Like fuck. But you know, that's how you do get to experience some exhilarating shit here. Yeah, so as a guest, right? So I feel like, oh sorry, I'm gonna adjust this because I feel like it's sorry. No, it should be fine. I'm sorry. Sorry, YouTube people. It should be fine. I'm like extending my neck because I feel like yeah, that's fine. It should be fine. But it's just the camera, the way it looks like you're only getting like here. But the video in the last episode was totally fine. Speaking of necks, like you can see, you might see I got some acupuncture shit. Where is it? I got some acupuncture stuff in me. You can see. Can you see? Can you see? Yeah. Where is it? Wait. Where'd the stuff go? Uh-oh. Where'd those things go? Did they come out? Oh, no. I got like some acupuncture shit right here and some other shit. Oh, maybe you can see right here on YouTube. Like, yeah. Because I went to the acupuncturist for the first time. Yeah, right here. You can see, kind of, hopefully, whatever. Showing some skin. Hopefully that gets the likes up. No, I got acupuncture patches all over my body. And basically what these are is the little patches are like all in the back of my neck, all over my shoulders, all on my back, down here. Not too many on my lower body, mainly my back and my shoulders. Like my wife's acupuncturist, I went to the guy. And it was good, really, really good, really nice guy. He hooked me up, like my shoulder, as you all know, and just, you know, some tiredness I've been experiencing. And so, he hit me with the needles, bing, 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 all up in my shit. And then some hot needles. He was burning some, I don't know. I was like, with my eyes closed, and he was just burning some needles in my back or something. But I mean, it fucking worked. Acupuncture is the shit, man. Like, so I'm gonna start going to acupuncture, probably try and go like once a month or something like that. And what these are actual little small sticker patches with needles in them also. Actually, I was looking, I think there's a little bit of blood on them, because you gotta stick a fucking needle in me. Like, I mean, it's like a small needle, but it breaks the skin. I guess, just to engage the different pressure points, for continued stimulation. But as soon as I got up, I felt completely better. I could feel the circulation, blood circulation. That was I went to the chiropractor. That's what he told me. It was like circulation. I think I told you guys about. And I could feel it. Like, it felt like loose, like new. My shoulder, my arm. My shoulders feel lighter. I slept like a rock. I think I look in the mirror like, fuck, I do not look tired really. So after like a 20-30 minute treatment, so definitely my chi energy is fucking flowing like goddamn Naruto making the fucking Rasengan. I got a Rasengan in my fucking stomach right now, like, ready to. So yeah, definitely really good stuff. I do recommend acupuncture if you do have any problems. Like, I can vouch for it. Ding ding for me. So okay, everybody. Oh yeah. One more thing. From in Light Ties, I believe, Japan. Something else popped up on my timeline. Side hustling in Japan. She gave a few side hustles. I'm not gonna go into it. I'll just let her speak for herself. I'm not a fan of all of the ones she's listed, but she did list a few and expanded on a few of them. So I think it's worth a watch for you. Some different ways to think about making money or things like that. Hopefully it stimulates some thoughts into any one of you interested in coming to Japan and trying to get paid. Get that Skrilla. Okay. Let's get to the main event. Let's do this. Okay. All right. Let me see how much time again. Okay, 20 minutes. Yeah. Okay. So basically, okay. Let me drink something. I wish I had some alcohol. Look, it's a good thing I probably don't have alcohol, because who knows the fuck I might say. I could really get myself in trouble. Okay. All right. So basically, after the last episode, I think I was gonna scroll into shit. Either it came up on my timeline, or I just like got inspired to do this, and I consulted Jeff on it. He was like, yeah, dude, go for it. Hopefully Jeff, I'm going to have to tell Jeff to review this episode and see if he agrees or disagrees with some of the shit that I'm talking about. But he always says I have a good radar for women. For women. Radar, guys, you might know the word that I'm talking about, but when we go out, yeah, well, just some background information about me. I think after I turned 30, after I got married, I looking back on my experience as a single guy, even when I go out, I think I told you, I go out, I'll talk to women, I'll hang out, like, I'm being a wingman, like, there's no hesitation with me in that. Like, I'm not like I told you, I'm not like a priest or a nun in the corner when I go out. Like, it's fine. But I do have my limits, and I do have my boundaries, which I've talked about before. But looking back on things, like, as I think I'm going out now with no expectations, or, when I go out, I'm just going out to have a good time and meet and talk to whoever I want to talk to, whatever. But yeah, I'm not like a numbers guy, right? I think you can kind of classify a lot of dudes who are comfortable talking to women in like numbers guys or psychological guys, is what I would say, right? I'd say me, Jeff, Will are probably more on the psychological side. Like, we're not just like doing whatever it takes to get the numbers. You know what I'm saying? Like, what I mean? Not digits, like get our body count, for whatever. Like, I mean, there are some people who do that and only focus on that. And I'm not knocking those guys at all. Like, do your thing. But I've never really been one of those guys. I've been around those type of guys, and I realized, something doesn't really connect. And they're like, yo, what the fuck you talking about? Don't you? And I'm like, not really, even yeah, just whatever. So, and I'm not like the biggest player pimp in the world either, but I do kind of like to meet and connect with people and stuff like that. And I think that's really important when I go out, more than just, and what I'm saying, like scoring a home run. So take my advice and take my feedback with a grain of salt. Like I'm not bigging myself up. Like I'm telling you, I'm not like, oh, I got the game on lock. I got shit so down from Tokyo to fucking Osaka, baby. Like I'm not talking like that. No, I'm a regular dude. Who's just been here, who is comfortable talking to different types of women, and who, has kind of seen firsthand, secondhand, third hand, whatever hand, I don't know, different types of encounters with people. So I'm going to give my perspective on that, and hopefully if and when you do come here, it gives you a leg up on some types of women, things to look out for, types of women and stuff like that. I think that's at a glance, because because a lot of stuff that happens here in Japan is at a glance, and it is very subtle, and on the surface. Me too as well. The first few years, you miss a lot of shit that you see the longer, when you're like 8, 9, 10 years deep into the country. You can kind of, Japan atmosphere is very important, and so Japanese people read a lot in the atmosphere. Women read a lot in the atmosphere of a guy. A guy reads a lot in the atmosphere of a woman. And I think I've talked about some different situations with foreign people and Japanese people, and I'm hearing what the Japanese woman is saying. I'm also hearing what the foreign guy is saying, and it's two completely different things. Guy thinks he has it completely on lock. She's like smiling, looking all cute, hee hee hee, and she's like, yeah, no, whatever. It's not really right to his face. He's like, yeah, no, not like fuck this guy, but like, yeah, no, he's fine to chill with. Now he's nice, but no, he's not my type, whatever. And he's just like, oh shit, what do I do? Do I hit this right now? And she's just like, hee hee, whatever, So I've seen these type of conversations happen several times. So to help you guys avoid this shit and wasting your time and feeling frustrated by Japanese women, I'm going to try and give you my play-by-play analysis right now, without sounding like a hater. I'm going to sound like a hater no matter how I slice this, right? Because the guys who have this channel, right? Let me say this. They seem like nice guys. Do seem like nice dudes. They're just not the kind of guys I would personally hang out with. Let me say that first, right? They don't seem like complete assholes. They might come across as complete assholes at times. They might come across as assholes, but they're not. As a dude, like, I've met some dudes who are just like assholes to Japanese people. They're not, right? Like, these dudes, I think, like, I don't know what they do as far as their work. I don't, they might be, in the financial industry, very successful. I don't know, right? But let's just say they're average guy, blank canvas guys, right? In their home country, I think they would just be average dudes. In Japan, for whatever reason, maybe they have upper leg in certain situations, or felt more emboldened to play the field, but they don't really strike me as like players in their home country. They just seem like regular dudes, which is not a bad thing. Now, also, their Japanese skill doesn't really seem to me as like, they seem to be fluent in a way where they can have a casual conversation. They seems like they learned a lot of Japanese on the fly, just enough to get in girls' pants, basically, pretty much, but there doesn't seem to be much depth to their conversation. They have their stick, they stick to it, so it seems like it works for them. And sometimes, but they seem like the kind of guys who just, they're more like trying to be on the numbers side and not on the psychological side. And so they really just have the way they talk in Japanese to women is like kind of deadpan, like if you know, even if you see like, again, I'm not like Dr. Love or anything like that. So just, take my advice as a grain of sand. Like, I'm not even taking my advice with so much weight. I'm just saying I've had experience in Japan, the way they approach, so basically, their channel got some traction because what they were doing was either attending or parking out in front of festivals, summer festivals in Japan or different events, and just recording and coming up to women basically and just recording like, hey, blah, 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 whatever, and just recording them and, seeing what the fuck. And then I guess they got some traction from that. So, they might not be in Japan, or, they stopped it like 2019. So maybe might have went back to their home country or just said fuck it or whatever. But, they threw up a couple of videos a year. And of course, for obvious reasons, if you look at the video, you'll see why, right? But they were going for the whole Tokyo bruh thing, like the frat guy living the Tokyo lifestyle kind of thing. But I would imagine that's really financially and energy intensive to try to come up with that type of content. It's not something you can do on a regular basis unless you're actually out and about trying to pick up chicks like all the time, trying to be in parties. Like it just takes a lot of effort, I think, to do that type of stuff. And they didn't really seem too focused on being like YouTubers. They maybe just had an idea and did some shit, threw some shit out there, for a while. But whatever, they gave some good content to talk about. So I think that's my take on this, guys. The way they talk to Japanese people or Japanese women, especially, is, I think, for me, listening to it, a little bit abrasive. And I was thinking back about it. Maybe I talked like that. I think it's more like when you get to a certain level of language skill in Japan. Well, no. I don't think I ever really talked like that. I might have had my drunken nights where I talk like that, but on a consistent basis, nah. I think what it is, like, if you get a certain level of fluency in Japanese without formal study, or without that much formal study, or your main application of Japanese is, nightlife kind of stuff, you tend to be more abrasive in your way of speaking. And Japanese is a very delicate language. So these guys, like, listening to them talk in Japanese is very grating for me, because of their tone, the way they talk to women, especially. I can imagine, like, they might be able to, as I said, they're on the number side. They might be able to throw some shit out there and get some numbers, but they don't know how to massage their way into, what I'm saying, getting where they need to get is kind of what it feels like. They got a stick, and some women, like, when you go out, a stick works. Of course, everywhere you go, the stick works. But really, in Japan, it turns into like a goddamn comedy routine sometimes. And you can get where you want to go. I'm not a comedy routine kind of guy. Like, I'm not like a manzai TV show kind of interaction with Japanese people kind of person. Like, I'm more of a deadpan. I'm going to just talk to you. We're going to kick it. We're going to chill. We vibe kind of person. That's kind of how I play it. And I'd say how Jeff plays it. And Will, he can go either way. Will kind of does his own thing. Sometimes I've seen him in very, very like comedy entertainment mode. Sometimes I've seen him, in just I'm chill kicking it mode. Sometimes I've seen him in condescending, like, I gotta like fucking scold your ass kind of mode too, But out of all of us, I'd say Will's Japanese is the best. He was studying. He came to Japan a year before me, and he hit his Japanese really hard. And I was kind of bullshitting my first couple of years here, and he was just looking at me like, dude, what the fuck are you doing? Until I finally started getting my shit together. I would say culturally, I'm a bit more entrenched than Will because I'm married. I live with a Japanese family. I do a lot of cultural Japanese shit, So I say probably out of all three of us, I'm the most culturally entrenched, I would say, just as far as like, just being in a Japanese family and doing like regular Japanese dad shit, So I'd say like that sensitivity and maybe also my personality, I don't know, kind of adds to that on my end. So okay, I think that's as much background information as this as well as I can give. Yeah, these guys gave a video. There's two videos here. Which one comes first? Yeah, Okay, jeez, I got a lot of shit to say about these motherfuckers. Okay, I'm trying not to sound like a hater, you know. I'm not hating on these guys because we're just different, right? And like, if they were out, you know, me and my friends were out, we probably wouldn't be the type of groups that would come together and chill. I wouldn't be like, fuck those assholes over there, but it would just be like, oh, okay, they're doing that over there. That's how they're playing it, kind of thing, you know. And watching them, the first one where they're kind of in, I don't know how much they're playing it up with the camera. It might even be the guy's bachelor party. I don't know, because they said like Final Night of Freedom. I think they're, you know, which would be okay. They seem like they're recording this in their late 20s, maybe early 30s at the time. But the pole dancers and stuff like that they were talking to in the limo, it reminded me of a hostess bar and how you would see the interactions with hostess bar. For me, like, those women had zero interest in those guys. Zero interest in those guys. Like, you can see some of the dirty talk and the flirting going on, and they're just like eating it up, but they like whatever, you know. And that's kind of clear, you know. And at the same time, like, if you listen to how, like, a guy talking to a woman in Japanese has a kind of cool kind of thing, you know. Don't Not trying to be cool, like I hate to say it, but generally speaking, like, Japanese women like to be led by a guy, you know. And so if you're talking to a woman in a Japanese context, generally speaking, like to be led, you know. And so being able to be silently, for lack of a better word, judge, you know, a situation is an attractive quality, you know. Or to be able to engage in an entertaining conversation, you know, and then say something completely unrelated, shocking, surprising, for example, is a skill in timing, in the art of conversation, you know, in entertaining, that if you get good at, you'll, you know, be able to kind of meet women, sorry, but not only women, but people as well. It is an important skill of the art of conversation in Japan. These guys do it in a very condescending way, in my opinion, that the women put up with, just because, you know, and that hostesses kind of put up with. And you can kind of hear like them trying to engage in more lively conversation. And when the conversation does get lively, they're like, hey, you know, that's not genuine at all. I mean, which is fine. Like, everyone there, these dudes are out having fun, but, you know, meeting women and having these type of conversations can quite mislead you and think that I'm the fucking man. You know, I've done it. I've had those things where I'm the fucking man. And no, you're not the fucking man. Actually, you're really not. Okay, so, you know, I've seen it happen time and time again where dudes think they got shit on lock and Japanese women are like, ooh, whatever. So, just be aware, you know, being engaged, and it's not something you can master by listening to me talk about this shit for 20 minutes, but, you know, observing how Japanese people talk to each other, but specifically men talking to women. Because some, you know, I think some younger guys like get into a thing where you know, I think you've heard me talk about, like, I've seen it happen several times. You come to Japan and you go out, you start going out, you meet young Japanese guys who want to kind of co-sign or use your foreignness to help them get girls, and they overly compensate and they get on this super macho machismo bullshit, you know, especially it's on steroids, because they're around a foreign guy and they feel more emboldened that, you know, they get like, hey, look, I got this guy rolling with me. Oh yeah, we doing it big, motherfuckers. Baby, you want some of this shit, baby? You like this? You know, and they get into that kind of mode. And the person who's new in Japan, if they get sucked in with those type of people, they pick up on that, and it kind of feeds on themselves. And I think I get the feeling like these guys hang out with hung out with a significant amount of Japanese guys, you know. And people I hang out with, generally speaking, don't hang out more with foreign guys or Japanese girls. than Japanese guys. I've met and I hang around with really cool Japanese dudes, but I'm very selective on which type of Japanese dude I bring into my circle of friends. Just because like it could get ugly. If you just if I've had to kind of like give the stiff arm to far more people that I've been cool with, when I go out. I mean, and not saying like I'm the king of cool or anything like that, but I know, someone who just wants to chill and just talk and vibe. If you're a chill person, I'm a chill person. But there are people with ulterior motives in when you meet them when they go out, and they're not bad people, but you just have to understand that, and it's not always a good look, that's kind of why. I mean, I judge everyone, as I judge people as they come to me, but some people, I think I've talked about before, and they step to you wrong, especially younger dudes. You're just like, dude, nah, man, I'm good. It's very clear within the first 10 seconds how people approach you and what they think. But I get that vibe that they kind of got sucked into that shit. Again, I sound like such a fucking hater on these guys, but whatever. They're out having fun. But in that first video, watch the interactions, and that's kind of hostess bar type shit. That type of conversation is not really typical of what you would get hanging around a Japanese woman and talking to a Japanese woman who's actually interested or you actually have a shot with. Like, not really at all. Like, Japanese women generally don't get flirty like that. I mean, they can in certain situations, but generally overtly flirtatious like that or catering to you in that way, if you don't have a lot of money, like, it's not really genuine, is what I'd say. Even if you do that, yeah. So I'll just leave it there. Okay, the second video. So how I'm gonna set this up is what happened is they went to, I think, Ultra Japan 2017, some shit like 2017, I think. And there's maybe a part 1 to it. I'm not looking at that much of this shit. Okay, But what I did was, I think many of the women that they approached and talked to, I'm just gonna say the time in the video, and maybe you can write down the time and go back and watch it at your leisure or whatever, and make some notes, and I'll just try and give some my first impression of them, and if they were women that I would approach or that I think would be suitable to approach, and why or why not. I just bored a bunch of different shit. So women, don't hate me. I'm sorry. Okay, so here we go. Okay, so 35 seconds into the oh yeah, before that, also like the pickup lines, like not pickup lines, but the first lines that these guys choose, it kind of for me shows their limited, again, not judging, but for lack of a better word, limited skill in talking to Japanese women, because even though that situation is pretty tough, I mean, we're in a large groups of women, for one, daytime, two, walking into a venue, it's kind of tough to really stop and get their attention. So I get that. It wouldn't, if I was actually trying to holler at somebody, that would be a tough spot. I'm more of like a fish chill and kind of reel them in type of person. So yeah, that's kind of a tough spot. I think numbers more guys are more comfortable just kind of throwing shit out there and seeing what sticks, but I'm not, I never really was like that. So yeah, and they got a camera, they're so that kind of helped too. But you can say they consistently talked at the women is one thing, and that's one thing like that doesn't really go over too well in the long term with Japanese women. It can, someone who's just interested, wants to be entertained by something, or just like open for down for whatever, it can work, but generally speaking, for me, those type of women annoy the fuck out of me, so I just kind of like cancel them out automatically. So yeah, but again, like I said, numbers guys, right? So all right, so here we go. The first one, 35 seconds in, Aloha. I think the first one is set of Aloha girls. those are seem kind of more like girlfriend type girls to me, like who, if you again have Japanese skill, all these, I think almost all these women, you probably need Japanese skill. In the past, like 20, 15, 20 years ago, maybe only speaking English would be seen as a positive thing in some ways, but now I think younger generation of Japanese people are just like, look, I don't need that shit. Like, whatever, this is Japan. Fuck off. Fuck that shit. So, yeah, not being able to speak Japanese would be a huge handicap in these type of situations, right? 'Cause, so, but yeah, the Aloha girls, I think would be girlfriend material type girls. You know, hollering at them, they seem like they will be more interested in like meeting someone for a relationship. The next set of girls, if you notice, the guys called her omae. You know, omae is like a really rude way of addressing someone, and she kind of laughs like omae, you know, kind of like, what the fuck are you talking about? And that's a reaction that you would get from women a lot of times if you say something that's completely absurd, which happens. You know, Japanese women tend to laugh things off quite a bit that might be offensive, that might be, you know, shocking, that might make a Western woman upset or angry. Generally, a Japanese woman will laugh, you know, and which might make you think, or laugh if she's uncomfortable, laugh if she's upset, or laugh for just, you know, something's weird, those are off. So when he said, oh my, that was an instant, like, okay, haha, you know, kind of like, I don't really know how else to react to this. And then basically, fuck this guy was her reaction, you know. Yeah, so 1 minute in, the hello America girl is the type of girl that sounds like down for, not down for whatever, but you know, my note is she's annoying. You know, is my first impression. Like, yeah, if I say if a guy tried to put enough effort in, and I'm not just talking about sleeping with, I'm talking about, you know, getting their number, hanging out, dating, stuff like that. Not only sleeping with the person. But so when I say like, you know, succeed or whatever, I'm not just talking about like, you know, getting in their pants, like, and kind of stuff. I mean, it could possibly include that depending on like your looks, your situation, your level of game and or level of Japanese skill. So, you know, there's a lot of variables involved in that. So I'm not even really like a one night stand kind of, I never have been a one night stand kind of guy. I also realized that about myself, like when I, you know, after like I started settling down in life too, like, you know, 2 night stand, I was always okay with that. Second night I was good with, but at least want to, you know, sober up, you know, and rethink my decisions a little bit. So, um, um, whatever. Okay. 1 8. Yeah. So the American flag chick, for me, like, no. 1:18, a minute 18. There's an attention-seeking group of girls. I forgot exactly who they were, but I would pass on them completely. I forgot exactly why, but you know, that type of vibe, you know, even if they're smiling, even if they're engaging with you, their atmosphere said to me like, you know, they were only enjoying the attention and really weren't open to talking or meeting with any guy. 23, the Indian girls, the first set of Indian girls, yes. They got a definite yes from me. Like, definitely would try and talk to them, definitely would try to engage, you know. They see, if you notice, the more kind of like, not timid, and I don't use timid in a negative way, like, you know, they're just like a pushover, but more subdued is, I think, is a better word. Girls are going to be the ones that I will kind of pick up on. The more crazy, outgoing, yee kind of girls that look like they're a lot of fun are actually just kind of wanting to be entertained or doing it for their own entertainment, you know, self-centered entertainment, and not really thinking about engaging with anyone on a deeper level than that. Again, I've seen guys go down that I'm gonna be crazy with you route and eventually maybe get somewhere with them, but from my side, like, that's a lot more effort than it's worth, you know, for some crazy, possibly drunk chick talking all loud and, you know, acting all crazy around you for a couple hours. I can't just deal with any of that shit. So the second set of Indian girls, no. with Indian costumes, not Indian girls, wearing Indian costumes, no, a big no for me. I put the impression I got is they're kind of airheaded, sorry, but that's kind of what I picked up on, and just like trying to have a conversation with them would be a bit of a pain, oh yeah. So I mean, if you were to group, it's possible, but there were, in like a club or a bar type situation, there would be much more interesting, entertaining girls to talk to besides girls like that, that type of atmosphere. 152, the party girls. Yeah, I say they're party girls. You need Japanese skill, definitely. There might be another group after that, I believe, another bullet point. You need money, or even that same group, you would definitely need Japanese skill and or need money. I think they were attractive girls. They seemed, to be ones that hang out. Yeah, you have to be like their type. They don't even seem like the type of girls, I hate to say this, but that would be into white guys. Sometimes I see like the girls like these go for like, and I hate to say it like this, but it's true, like the handsome tall white guy who looks like he's on like, a top 40 music video, who looks like a pop star, for example, or has big muscles, one who can be like, oh shit, to her girlfriends. They'll go for that, even if there's like a language or communication gap or whatever. They'll just go for that, and have some fun, whatever, maybe boyfriend girlfriend relationship, nothing deep, which is fine, mutually deep. Like they're not looking for anything deep, they're just having fun, they're just having sex, probably. I mean, that's about it. I mean, she's hot, and, she thinks he's hot, and fine, whatever. Like she's got bragging rights for it, and so does he. So hey, go for it. But I mean, looking for anything deeper. Yeah, but those girls, they seem like they have a bit of attitude and self confidence. So I, I smell money around them, right? That's kind of what I would think. They seem like they're more than a good time. They would need to, ride in a nice car and get some, be around a dude with money. Not necessarily get money, but just be around a dude with money. 2 minutes and 2 seconds. Yeah, this group is interesting. This group is really interesting because on the surface, if you watch a 2 minutes and 2 seconds group, you would think like, oh, those chicks are into them, the one chick's like meow and things like that, and they're having fun. But this is one of the misconceptions of Japan, because actually I had to replay this part a few times because I was hearing, and I was like, what is that? What I think I hear? Actually, those girls fucking hated those guys, right? And the reason why I know is if you listen carefully, the second girl in the back, at the end of the clip, basically she was like Mindokse. She even said Mindoksai. Mindoksai is like annoying. Mindokse is like the ruder, more blunt form of it. She kind of said it under her breath a little bit, meaning like, all right, fuck these guys, pretty much like, fuck, you're annoying, kind of like that, just as the girl was like meow, and yeah, like generally speaking, that group of girls didn't really seem too interested. Like one of them was like, okay, fine, here's my meow, like whatever, but on the surface, you might think because they're engaging with you, because they're laughing, that they're into you. But sometimes, especially in larger groups, that laugh means like you can't be serious, or like, what the fuck am I supposed to do with this? It's just like a blank laugh out of what the fuck, a laugh can mean a lot of things from a Japanese girl. It really depends on the context. But in that one, that's a like, fuck these guys kind of laugh, right? 2 minutes and 45 seconds. Yeah, they want these. I don't remember who this is, but they want to be entertained by a guy, so I would definitely pass. 3 minutes, probably. I think I kind of remember these. This group will probably be, generally speaking, like, if there is someone I would like to engage with or talk to, I kind of like more of a hawk. I'll just choose one and go. That's it. Like I don't really hit a lot of numbers or whatever. It's like, okay, choose one and go, and as a wingman as well, especially if like a wingman, because I don't give a fuck. Like I know I'm not like trying to fuck anybody, so like on behalf of my friends, I have no problem initiating the conversation and then letting friends come in, follow up, and then I'll fade into the background. I do a little bait and switch sometimes. I'm just dropping all my secrets when I used to go out. But oh god, some people can think I'm such an asshole listening to this, but whatever. It's the truth. So Yeah, so if I were out, just like all the girls that were in this video, this group at 3 minutes, exactly 3 minutes, would be my number one target. Those three girls, especially the one on the one on the left was probably my type, and or the one in the middle, but probably the one on the left is the most my type. She seems like the most chill person you can actually talk to, have a civil conversation with. Not like trying like get with on that night, but get her number, actually line message with her, and actually take her out on a date, and she would be receptive to you. The one in the middle as well, cute, pretty as well. The one for me, the one on the left is the prettiest one, but yeah, they're chill, they're shy, they're normal. Again, subdued, not shy, but just normal, so they wouldn't, all the theatrics and stuff like that, they you might laugh, they might get a laugh out of it, but generally speaking, you can actually talk to them, not really talk at them. And I think those are for me, like, in my experience, again, I'm not a numbers guy, and numbers guys might not like chicks like that because you don't have, you're not hitting the home run on the first time or whatever. But in my experience, like, and just seeing like that caliber of woman is gonna be the best interactions. Like, you can take her to, she can take you to like on a hot spring trip, and you take you to some nice restaurants and really, like, have fun with those type of people, like, just from their atmosphere. Again, didn't really hear him talk, didn't really know it, but just first look, based on that, not only looks, atmosphere, it's kind of weird to explain it, but in Japanese women or Japanese people exude atmosphere naturally a lot more than foreign people do, than Western people. Let's say, I'll just say American people. In America, we put on air. We purposely present an atmosphere that we want people to see us as. Whereas in Japan, it's more of an atmosphere that naturally flows from people, that people are judged by, right? So you would not see people like so overtly trying to like walk sexy or look tough or stuff like that. People just kind of are, and based on the way that they are is how that they're judged, a lot of times. And so for me, the best bet would be number three by far. 3 minutes in by far, so hopefully that gives some type of context. Hopefully it's helpful. Let me know in the comments, let me know whatever you guys think. Hopefully it's helpful some ways, not only just trying to get women's pants, but just meeting someone and engaging in some way, so you're not like alone in your time in Japan. See, I'm trying to clean I'm trying to clean this up. but okay, let me leave that here. Lots of links. Next time as well, I might start a little mini series kind of thing that I stumbled upon. Some of the links from the previous episode, from this episode, like, I kind of had to save for next time. So let me organize my thoughts on it, and I might have something else interesting for you. But let me know what you think of this episode. Let me, especially like my feedback. Hopefully you enjoyed it, and I will holler at you next time. Peace.